From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says he was very disturbed after learning bullets were fired at a Jewish girls' school in Toronto. Local police say no one was in the school when it was struck by gunshots and a window was smashed, noting police are investigating. The attack occurred on Yom Kippur, a holy day of the Jewish calendar. Officers say while the hate crime unit is part of the investigation, they could not confirm whether the incident is considered a hate crime. The same school was the target of another shooting in May. Officers say a key part of the investigation is to find out whether the two incidences are connected. Abroad, the Lebanese Health Ministry says the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah over the past year has now killed over 2,250 people in Lebanon. The updated death toll comes as Israel has warned people in southern Lebanon to get out of the way of its offensive against Hamas and Hezbollah. Meanwhile, in Gaza, local health officials say hospitals have received the bodies of 49 people killed over the past 24 hours. Emergency officials say at least 20 bodies have been recovered after an Israeli bombing in a northern urban refugee camp, noting more people are likely trapped under the rubble. In Quebec now, 2 men have been charged with second-degree murder and arson after a fire erupted in an Old Montreal building, killing a mother and daughter from France.
Montreal police say the accused are charged in the deaths of a 43-year-old woman and her 7-year-old daughter, who were in the building when it caught fire last week. A 20-year-old man is suspected of throwing an incendiary device into the building, and an 18-year-old is accused of driving the getaway car. They also face a charge of arson, causing bodily harm in connection to another man, and recklessly endangering life by damaging a property by fire or explosion. Brenda Molina Navidad, The Canadian Press.
RCMP are investigating after New Democrat leader David Eby's party campaign office in Campbell River was evacuated following a bomb threat yesterday.
I wasn't present at the time, and I'm grateful for the courage of my hardworking campaign teams across the province.
Eby says violence should have no place in politics and was campaigning in the Vancouver Island city on Friday. With a provincial election day of October 19th, BC Conservative leader John Rustad says he will release his party's costed election platform on Tuesday. In Saskatchewan's provincial election campaign, Saskatchewan Party leader Scott Moe announced his platform today, set to cost $1.2 billion over 4 years. Voters head to polls on October 28th. And the NHL is entering its streaming era. Prime Monday Night Hockey will kick off on Amazon Prime Video on Monday when the Montreal Canadiens host the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Bell Centre. The new Amazon venture is the league's first exclusive national broadcast package with a digital-only streaming service in Canada. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, it is the first Saturday night of this NHL season. For their home opener, the Toronto Maple Leafs are set to host the Pittsburgh Penguins. Meanwhile, the Montreal Canadiens are hosting the Ottawa Senators, the Edmonton Oilers take on the visiting Chicago Blackhawks, and the Flames face the Philadelphia Flyers in Calgary. In CFL action, the Saskatchewan Roughriders host the BC Lions tonight with playoff implications. The Riders are second in the CFL's West Division, with the Lions sitting in third. Both sides have already earned playoff berths, but with a win, Saskatchewan could secure a home game in the postseason. In the MLB, Cleveland beat the Detroit Tigers 7-3 in Game 5 of their American League Division Series, moving the Guardians into another postseason matchup against the Yankees in the ALCS. And the NFL's commissioner says the league could play 16 international games every year if the regular season expands to 18 games. From the Canadian Press, I'm Naira Ahmed.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.